very pleasant to have you listening to us this morning on the program. It's another edition of Copyright Connect, your trusted weekly program on copyright, on creativity, on innovation. Proudly brought to you, like I said before, by the Nigerian Copyright Commission. I am Tolu Adepoju. Always a pleasure to be here, educating our people, educating ourselves on what your rights are when you are a creator, you are a writer, you are a content provider on social media, you are a writer, you're a book, you're an author, publisher. All these things we'll be talking about on the program. Now, if you're tuning in for the first time, I say welcome. And if you've joined us on the first edition, thank you for joining us again. Last week, we answered a fundamental question. We said, what is copyright? The Director General of the Nigeria Copyright Commission took his time to educate us on what copyright is. We learned that copyright is a legal protection granted to creators of original works, giving them exclusive right over those works before they are used. We also discovered that copyright isn't just important to authors, musicians, or filmmakers. We discovered that it benefits every Nigerian by encouraging creativity, rewarding innovation, and supporting economic growth. Today, on the program, Copyright Connect, we'll take the conversation a step further by answering another important question. Exactly what kind of works are protected by copyright? Now, let's take a short story. Let me share a true life story with you. One Monday morning, the Nigerian Copyright Commission's Ibadan office received an unusual visitor, a visibly upset woman, Adetola. She marched into the office demanding to see the state coordinator immediately. She was so emotional that officers first had to calm her down before asking, "What happened, madam?" After offering her a seat and a glass of water, an officer gently asked, "Madam, how may we help you?" Adetola replied, "Someone has stolen my creativity. Oh, I want the commission to arrest them immediately." Arrest, K. The officer patiently asked her to explain, and she went further to say, "While I was in the university, I came up with a wonderful idea for a novel. I shared the entire story with some friends, even the ending. I told them it could become a movie and even inspire songs." She continued to say, "Recently, I discovered that some friends wrote the book, published it, turned it into a movie, and I'm making millions. I want NCC to recover my money." The officer smiled kindly and asked one simple question, "Madam, did you ever write the book?" Adetola became quiet, said, "No, I only had the idea." The officer then explained, "Copyright protects the expression of an idea, not the idea itself. Once an original idea is expressed in a tangible form, such a book, song, film, photograph, or another eligible work may qualify for copyright protection." Adetola suddenly understood. She thanked the officers for explaining the law and left the office wiser than she came. Now, Adetola's story reflects a misunderstanding shared by many people. Many believe copyright protects every brilliant idea that comes to their mind. But does it? What exactly qualifies for copyright protection? This is our focus on today's edition of Copyright Connect. Introducing my topics today. Whether you're an author, you're a musician, you're a filmmaker, you're a photographer, a software developer, a broadcaster, an artist, a social media content creator, or simply someone who enjoys creative work, today's program is for you. Stay with us as we explore the different categories of works protected under the Copyright Act 2022. Quickly, before I introduce my guest on the program today, let's talk about copyright protect the original expression of an idea. It's the did you know fact for today. Did you know that copyright protects the original expression of an idea, not the idea itself? Like Fola is looking at me and she's imagining herself as an akara seller. And then the next morning she sees Tolu go ahead and start selling the akara. No right, no law will protect you for having the idea to sell akara. The law will protect me who actually, decide to make the akara and sell the akara. That's a simple explanation. Anyone can think of a story, a song, or a movie, but copyright begins when the idea is expressed in an original form, written, recorded, filmed, photographed, or otherwise fixed in a tangible medium. Joining me in the studio this morning is the state coordinator of the Nigeria Copyright Commission Ibadan office, Oyo State office. Now, the office covers Oyo, Osun, Ekiti. If I'm right, madam,
and
tell
Ondo
me I'm
States.
wrong.
And Ondo States.
And Ondo State.
Thank you.
So I'll take it again. The state office of NCC Ibadan covers Osun, Oyo, Ekiti, and Ondo States. Join me as I welcome Mrs. Oluropo Oke. Good morning, madam.
Good morning, Tolu Adepoju. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
And before we came on the program this morning, she has given me a lot of instances, a lot of work, a lot of things that NCC had done in this process of, arresting people. You won't believe
piracy.
Plagiarism, copyright. They're reproducing other people's work without
Permission.
Without permission, without due process. That is why copyright is there. Thank you so much, madam, for coming.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
many people think copyright protects only books and music. Is that true?
Let me start from where the
Director General
stopped the other time. The other time he moved the emotion. Let me call it emotion because he's a lawyer.
Okay.
The copyright is the oxygen of creativity.
Wow.
So I've come to support that
motion
today. So copyright, as water is life, important to us. Copyright is important to authors, right owners. Thank you.
Now, so copyright is not just limited to books and music, as established by my guest, Mrs. Olurope Oke, the State Director, Nigeria Copyright Commission, here in Oyo State. And don't forget, if you are in Ekiti, you are in Osun, you are in Ondo, you are in Oyo State, this office will serve you well. The Copyright Act, several categories of original works include literary works, music work, artistic works, audiovisual works, sound recording, broadcasts, computer programs. So, gist with Oxygen. Folayegbe, you have a right over it. Copyright Commission will protect you. Provided they meet legal requirements for protection. Now, let's begin with literary works. What exactly falls into the literary category?
Yes, for literary works, we have not only novels.
Yes.
We have poetry.
Yeah.
We have manuscripts.
Okay.
We have research works. We have poetry, as I've said. We have
earlier.
texts. We have so many other written forms.
Sermons,
yes,
sermons
and
fall
articles,
into that category.
Yes.
Speeches,
They
fall into that category.
Yes, under the
and even unpublished
works.
manuscripts,
Of
because
course.
I have unpublished manuscripts. But you can't you can't protect me now because
you are
it's
protected because as soon as you put down your biro and
Into
your
paper.
pipe, yes, you are already covered. You are already protected.
Okay.
Not until you go through the e-registration.
Okay.
What we do in our office in terms of the e-registration is to notify the NCC that this work belongs to me. It is my original work. I did it on my own, and it is original.
How does the NCC ascertain whether it is original?
Actually, when you bring your work to our office, we try as much as possible to ask questions.
Okay.
One, you have a form which you fill in. When you fill in the form, the necessary information are
You
provided.
provided.
Yes.
So that leads you into whether it is actually original
or not.
or pirated.
Yes.
All right. Now you've talked about music. That music and books are not the only materials protected
under the
copyright
yes,
law.
We have audiovisual.
Yes,
we
have broadcast materials.
You
have social media content, artistic work, drawing, paintings,
photograph.
Now, what about comedy skits and social videos that flood social medias these days?
Yes, they are equally protected under the copyright law, because a work is on the social media does not mean that it's free for anybody to copy. We have under the copyright law, the commission has the power to take down such any contents that is infringing upon the rights of the original owner.
Now let's look at one particular item that people do not know whose right it is. It's photographs. Many people download photographs from social media and use them freely. Who owns photographs?
Actually, the photographer owns the rights.
Are you sure?
Yes, photograph is a different ballgame entirely when it comes to copyright protection. But for the fact that it's on the social media does not mean that anybody can just pick
and use.
Yes, it is against the law. It is against the copyright law.
Now, if a photographer takes my photograph, you mean it is not mine?
It is not yours. The photographer that took the photograph has the rights.
Wow. Okay. We'll take a quick break now and then we'll be back. It's still Copyright Connect on Oxygen FM 96.9. You've been speaking with my guest, the state coordinator of NCC, the Nigeria Copyright Commission in Ibadan.
Your station, your heartbeat. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Okay, here we go.
Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Can you handle this?
1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it up, cause it's getting heavy.
I know the place.
And this how we gonna do it. So crazy right now. Your station, your heartbeat. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan. Oxygen.
All right, you're still on Oxygen FM 96.9 at 11:15. Still on the program Copyright Connect on Oxygen FM 96.9. Look at the connectivity. She said she's supporting the motion that copyright is oxygen and oxygen is life.
Yes.
So copyright is life.
It's life.
All right. Now, we were talking about photographs and the real owner of photograph. In case you are out there, you're a photographer, you're an artist, you're a musician, you're a young musician, you're just putting up your music together. This program is for you. You have questions, you want to contribute on the program. The numbers to call are 070-4700-3969. You can also call 070-4700-2969. I take it again, 070-4700-3969 or 070-4700-2969. On Facebook, we are Oxygen FM 96.9. On Instagram, we are Oxygen 969 FM. On TikTok, Oxygen 96.9 FM Ibadan. And YouTube, Oxygen 96.9 FM Ibadan. Mrs. Oluropo Oke, the state coordinator of NCC Ibadan. You said photographs are artistic work protected by copyright.
Yes.
The fact that a photograph appears online does not make it free for public use.
No.
Permission may still be required before reproducing it or using it commercially.
Of course.
Now, creators deserve respect and how do you now protect these people? What do you advise photographers to do?
Photography, I've said it earlier, that is one of the is under artistic work. it is protected for 70 years. That is after the artistic work, musical work, and literary works are protected 70 years after the death of the authors,
original owner.
Because it goes to the public domain. Even being in the public domain does not mean that it is free
for anybody.
Yes, to use anyhow. Like Shakespearean book, you cannot pick a Shakespearean book and change the name to your name and utter anything. If you utter it, you are still infringing on, despite that the author is late, you are still infringing on the author's rights.
Like Chinua Achebe work, for instance. I can't just pick it up and...
No, it is not possible to you. You cannot just pick Chinua Achebe's work. And,
Madam, we have a caller on the line.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Please, your name and where you calling from. You are on NCC Connect. Okay, please, can you let us have your contribution or your question?
The chairman of the bookseller, so also want to commend the effort of our dear mother. We also take coordination. I really appreciate our work. Very appreciate. They have taken effort. Not out the issue of the virus. Southwest at home. It's not almighty do that. Hello.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
So I don't have any question. I just want to comment our effort.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. He's calling from Bere. I think he's one of the booksellers in Bere. Thank you so much.
Chairman.
I think he said he's the chairman.
You remember last week that the Director General emphasized more on piracy. Because we have so much pirated books at Bere over the years, and within 2 years or 3 years about,
the organization clamped down on them.
We have been able to sensitize them and advise them the ills of piracy. And you remember specifically last week that the DG mentioned that piracy kills
and destroys.
So I think they are now seeing the effect. They can now sell original books. They can now buy from the
original
publishers
channels
and the authors. I think they are at least a bit happy. Thank you.
All right, we are still moving on the program. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sórí sí Yorùbá nítorí àwọn èèyàn wa ní tẹ́yìn bá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ ètò yìí lórí Oxygen FM 96.9. àwọn àjọ tí ó ń ṣe agbátẹrù fún àwọn tó ń kọ ìwé tó máa fi rí pé èmi mo kọ ìwé yìí wọn ò jí ìwé mi, ẹni tí ò bá mi ṣe wàhálà láti kọ́ tí ò mọ bí mo ṣe ṣe kò jèrè iṣẹ́ mi. Òun ni àwọn àjọ yìí ni wọ́n wà fún. A pè wọ́n ní NCC, Nigeria Copyright Commission. Ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni wọ́n ń jà fún. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá a ti sọ ní àti ìgbà tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò. Ọ̀gá iléeṣẹ́ NCC tó wà ní Ìbàdàn, àwọn náà ń ṣaṣojú Ọ̀yọ́, Ọ̀ṣun, Èkìtì àti Oǹdó. Ẹ bá wa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa ní Yorùbá pé ẹ̀tọ́ yín lábẹ́ NCC tó bá jẹ́ pé òǹkọrin ni yín, ẹ̀yin ń kọrin, òun ya àwòrán, òun ṣe painting, àwọn tó ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ń ṣe sculpture wọ́n pọ̀ gan nìbàdàn tó pé àwọn èèyàn kàn gbé kíní yín wá lọ download ẹ̀ lórí internet, wọ́n á máa share ẹ̀. Báwo ni wọ́n ṣe lè rí ààbò ní abẹ́ àjọ NCC?
Nǹkan tí ààbò tí NCC ń ṣe fún àwọn tó jẹ́ pé iṣẹ́ ọpọlọ tó ń ṣe tí copyright tó dáàbòbò ni pé a máa ń jẹ́ kán mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ yìí ẹni tó ṣe ó làágùn kó tó ṣe. Làágùn ò pín sí pé bóyá ó sweat jáde, but ẹ mọ̀ pé kéèyàn làágùn, ẹni tó ṣiṣẹ́ lóru tó jí, ẹlòmíì òru ló máa ń ní inspiration láti kọ̀ọ̀kan. So gbogbo ìwọ̀nyẹn a fẹ́ kàn jẹ́ kí àwọn wọ̀nyẹn kan rí èrè nídìí iṣẹ́ wọn, kó mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe yìí tó bá ń ṣe lọ kó má di pé wọ́n discourage àwọn èèyàn. Ṣé pé àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké wà tó ń kọ̀wé tó ń fẹ́ máa kọ̀wé ṣùgbọ́n tó máa rí i pé ẹni tó kọ̀wé over the years kò ayé ò look better àwọn náà máa wò pé ìwé kíkọ èmi ò lè kọ̀wé o
kò sí rè ń bẹ́ o
bí yàn pé nísìnyí àwọn kan wọ́n máa ń sọ pé iṣẹ́ olùkọ́ àwọn ò fẹ́ pé kò sówó ń bẹ̀ pé nǹkan tí gbogbo wa fẹ́ ṣe ni bó ṣe ń pé tí èrè bá wà ń bẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn máa ṣe é sí but nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ni pé a máa lọ mú wọn àwọn tó ń bá jí iṣẹ́ oníṣẹ́ ṣe a dẹ̀ máa ń lọ sí àárín ìlú a máa lọ sọ fún wọn pé a máa ń ṣe nǹkan tó ń pè ní campaign àbí sensitization láti sọ fún wọn pé
irú ìtẹ̀ṣe ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni a ṣe ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ a ṣe ní Àkúrẹ́ a ṣe ní Adó a ṣe ní Ondo town so a ti ṣe lóríṣiríṣi a ṣe náà ní Ṣàpọ́n market níbi tán ti ń ta àwọn yes a ti ṣe níbi tó pọ̀ láti jẹ́ kí kán lè ní ìmọ̀ àwọn ẹlòmíín ń ṣe lóòótọ́ wọn ò fi gbogbo ara mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe ò dáa because they wanted to make money they after the profits of
quick
the gain of what they can get from the
sales
yes so gbogbo èèyàn yẹn ní àjọ ilé a lọ bá àwọn tó ń jẹ́ commissioner fún ẹ̀kọ́ a lọ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ a lọ bá gbogbo wọn láti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn ilé ìwé tó ń ra àwọn ìwé yìí kàn discourage wọn kàn má jẹ́ kàn rà mọ́ so that àwọn authors inú wọn á lè dùn tán bá dẹ̀ ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé ẹ mọ̀ pé nǹkan míì tán fi owó tán rí nídìí kíní yìí ṣe púpọ̀ ìmíì tán bá ti gbé ìwé lọ ọ̀tọ̀ nìkan tá a fi gbé wọlé so gbogbo wọ́n máa ń fi fund crimes so gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń try àti discourage nìyẹn àti pé owó tó yẹ kí ìjọba rí ní tax wọn ò ní rí wọ́n máa gbé gbọ̀nà ìbùrú because wọn ò ṣe ní the right way so wọn gbé ọ̀nà tó tọ́
owó yẹn ò ní wo àpò ìjọba
so gbogbo nǹkan tí iléeṣẹ́ wa ń try láti ṣe nìyẹn àti pé tó bá dẹ̀ lẹ́ni tá a mú ìmí a lè yọ sọ kó jẹ́ pé.
We have a call on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Arishakora Aziz. I'm calling from Bere.
Please go ahead.
So I'm the vice chairman of booksellers at Bere. I just said I should greet Madam Oloropo Oke for all what they have been doing for the development of our work in Oyo State here.
Ẹ ṣeun, ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ṣé gan ma.
Ẹ ṣeun tẹ́ bá wa dá sípò.
Okay, thank you ma. Ọlọ́run á wà pẹ̀lú wọn wá láṣeyọrí ayọ̀ ma. Thank you.
If you're just joining us, we are still on NCC and you. We call it Copyright Connect on Oxygen FM 96.9. Now, many people download photographs from social media and use them freely. We have talked about it. Yes. And you said the photographer is the owner of the work.
That is what the law says.
That's what the law says. Yes. So I'm sure photographers out there,
they are happy.
I'm sure you will be happy.
That does not mean you should be using people's pictures without
their consent.
No.
Now, please help us
carry them along. Yes.
You must.
Like when my daughter was in the university,
okay,
at Obafemi Awolowo University, Ife, one of the lecturers, one doctor, I can't not really remember the lecturer's name any longer, but what he did when he wanted to use the picture as the cover page for his book, he wrote and contacted my daughter that please, I would like to use this your picture for so. It was the one that even took the picture during their
exhibition.
Yes, fine arts exhibition day. So he still got her permission. So that does not mean that because you are the photographer, I've taken the I can display it anywhere.
You will still seek the consent of the person that you have photographed before you use it, although you are the rightful owner of the material. All right, we are getting there. We will get there. Because the program is number one, to sensitize, to educate, and then to inform the general public about
what we do in our office and what copyright is all about.
Yes. And what copyright is all about is about protecting us, protecting our rights.
Protecting you.
Protecting our
regulate, prosecute, administration, sensitization, enlightenment, and the protection of rights.
Protection of rights. That is most important.
Yes.
Now, since we are on radio this morning, our broadcast broadcast materials protected?
Of course.
How?
Like what kind of material are you talking about?
Our programs that we
Yes,
do.
I cannot. This is a program that is being organized by your
Yes.
by
Station.
Oxygen.
Yes.
And after the program, if I need to,
Please
sorry,
go
if
ahead.
I need to rebroadcast this, I have to get your permission because it is your program.
All right, a lot of people are commenting on the social media platform. This one is at Mama 1998. Say, wow, interesting narrative. He's also said, where is NCC in Ibadan?
Thank you very much. The office of the Nigerian Copyright Commission, Ibadan office, is at the Federal Secretariat, Ikolaba.
Okay.
We are on the ground floor.
Okay.
Yes.
Once we get there,
Yes, you ask for the Nigeria, and you even see our signboard.
is
Yes,
out there at the
yes.
Federal Secretariat.
Yes, Ikolaba.
Ikolaba in
Yes.
Ibadan.
Yes.
All right. About time to say thank you for joining us on the program this morning. I've been speaking with Mrs. Olurokpo Oke, the state coordinator, NCC State Office. That's in Oyo State, the Nigerian Copyright Commission State Office in Oyo State in Ibadan is at the Federal Secretariat, Ikolaba, Ibadan. Does he have? Do they know you by room what?
No, just when you enter the Federal Secretariat to the left hand side,
The
our
ground
office
floor.
is the
Fifth room.
Yes.
Of course, at the Federal Secretariat,
Secretariat,
Ikolaba,
yes.
Ibadan. Now, today we learned that copyright protects much more than books. We learned that copyright protects literary works, music, arts, films, audiovisual works, sound recording, photographs, podcast, computer programs, and many forms of original digital content. We also learned that simply finding a work online does not make it available and free for use. Respecting copyright encourages creativity, rewards innovation, and strengthens Nigeria's creative economy. Now, call to action. Would you like to learn more about copyright? Do you need guidance on protecting your creative work or using someone else's work lawfully? The Nigeria Copyright Commission is here to help you. You can email at info@copyright.gov.ng. Their telephone 234 plus 234 803 500 1495 and plus 234 8008 612 1695. Or you go to stop.whatsapp hotline. That's 08137459027. Thank you for spending time with us on the program this morning. Copyright Connect on Oxygen FM 96.9. Remember, it's worth creating, it's worth protecting. My name is Tolu Adepoju. Please join us again next time.
Okay, here we go.
Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.